If you're not willing to do that, then you've already failed, because before you even start, you've set yourself up for failure. And that is why solopreneurs and wannapreneurs and affiliate marketers fail so miserably online, because they cannot get their head out their ass and remove themselves from the cloud of passive income, right? Because they want results immediately. They want results today. They want results tomorrow, because they're worrying about how to pay rent this month instead of worrying about how can I build my business up in the next year or two to ensure that it's evergreen, sustainable, and will keep growing, and I've got a real business on my hands. They don't think about that. They think about this month. And of course, that means they are going to fail. So why is it that almost all beginner solopreneurs and affiliate marketers fail so miserably when they first try to make money online and build their online business? That's what I want to talk about in this video, because it's such a common topic and I get asked all the time. In the last decade, I've had tens of thousands of students come through my courses in some form, and almost every single one will fail at some point, mainly because of what I'm going to talk about here in this video right now. And some of you guys will not like what I have to say, but it is the truth, and that's the only way I can speak about it. And so that's why it's so important for you to listen to this, understand that for you to build a real business online is way simpler than you think, as soon as you can get your finger out your ass and realize the reality of building business, and that is that the chances are you're going to fail. Now, that is a very uncomfortable thing to hear. People don't like hearing this, but the thing is, business is brutal. Business is business, and the chances are you are going to fail. And that is something that beginners don't want to hear, because they think, yeah, but I tried really hard. I uploaded 10 videos and I wrote 10 blog posts and I paid for this software, and so I deserve to make money. And it's like, no, dude, that's not how this works. Business is business. If you open a cafe or a restaurant, or if you become a dentist, or if you become anything, whatever, a brick and mortar business, right? You don't earn money just by default, just because you tried really hard. That really applies to the online world, where you're trying to build an online business as an affiliate or as a solopreneur. This is something that people don't want to hear, because it goes against everything they've heard so far, and they've tricked themselves into thinking that making money is easy. And this is where all the shiny object gurus and fake gurus come into the picture, because unfortunately you have been brainwashed to believe that making money online is fast and easy and simple, and all you have to do is push button 1, push button 2, push button 3, and magically money will fall from the sky. And that's what you have deluded yourself into believing is the truth for you, even though you have done nothing to deserve it. Buying a course does not mean you deserve to make money, okay? Creating one video, or even 10, or even 50 does not warrant success for you, okay? You have to understand that for you to succeed online, you have to master these 4 qualities: patience, discipline, self-awareness, and just being stubborn as hell and continuously pushing through all these emotional barriers, because otherwise you are never going to succeed, because everything is against you, always, and everything is your fault. You have to understand that everything's your fault in business, online, in any business, in any aspect of life. Everything is your fault. If a video doesn't rank, it's your fault. If a blog post isn't well written, it's your fault. If you have a bad day, it's your fault. If your personal life is a mess, it's your fault. Everything is your fault, okay? If you have no money, it's your fault, right? It's so important to understand this. For you to build a real business online, for you to become a really true, an actual real entrepreneur, you have to take responsibility for everything that happens to you. Otherwise, you end up playing the victim, and if you play the victim, nothing happens, because you're so busy feeling sorry for yourself and blaming everything else but yourself that you are become blinded and tilted towards the delusion that you you deserve to make money online just by default because you showed up, okay? And trust me when I say that, everyone thinks this way. So for you to overcome this mind block of delusion of fast cash and passive income by doing no work, okay? For you to overcome this here, you need to start implementing. The secret to success is implementation. You try something, you fail miserably, and you try again. You try it again, and you fail miserably, and you try again, and you try again, and you try again, and you try again, okay? And that goes across the board. It doesn't matter if you want to do email marketing, if you want to do video creation, blog post creation, social media, graphics, anything you want to do. You have to try, fail, scratch your head, go, okay, how can I make that better? Try again, and then try again, and try again, and try again. And that takes time, and that takes discipline, and that takes a great deal of perseverance, because you are beaten down every single day. And here's why. Because you cannot blame anybody but yourself, and that is a very big pill to swallow, because most people are used to blaming somebody else. And this is where having a job is such a huge benefit to most people, because most people should be in an employment. Most people should have a job, because they haven't got what it takes to accept responsibility for their own actions, because they're so used to blaming their boss, blaming their co-workers, blaming their software, blaming the structure of the hierarchy of their company, blaming everybody but themselves. Okay, they're used to that because that is normal in a business environment when you're working in a company. Okay, but when you come online, suddenly you realize, oh my goodness me, okay, everything's my fault because I am the business. Okay. And that is one concept beginners will not accept, because they're so used to blaming other things. They blame their computer, they blame their pets, they blame their pet family, they blame their slow internet, they blame the lack of funds, they blame everything but themselves. And so if you want to know how you can overcome this, you start by implementing. You work your ass off, you grind, you research, you discover what you want to do, you discover what you're good at, and then you hone in your entire focus, and you become obsessed with this one thing, and you implement every single day, all day, for as long as you can, until you master that craft. Okay, now this may sound really daunting and scary, and it is in a certain way, but the good thing is, guys, when it comes to Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, whatever, they don't make it hard for you to be found, but you have to earn the right to be found. Because if you create shit content, no one's going to watch it. Nobody wants to watch it because it's shit, okay? But you will get a few views here and there, or a few clicks, a few comments, a few likes, and those tiny minority are the reason why the future ones will come, because that tiny minority will watch your crappy videos, they'll read your crappy blog posts, and they'll return, and then suddenly a week later, a month later, 2 months later, you have 2 people watching your crappy videos. Then suddenly, 6 months later, you have 10. Right? And those 10 are the reason you're going to have another 50, because they start triggering the algorithm, and they're the ones that give you positive signals, positive feedback, and so on, and they're the ones who become your true loyal fans. But people don't want to hear that, because that's the truth, and the truth sucks. Okay? But understand, guys, that when it comes to the online world, Google, YouTube, SEO, all that stuff, they make it very simple for you. The platforms are there. Almost all of them are completely free. Okay? All you need is a camera and a microphone. Or if you're doing blogging, all you need is WordPress or some kind of platform, and most of them are extremely affordable. Okay, I think like Wix or whatever, WordPress and so on. They're like $10-15 a month. Okay, it's so painfully cheap, but people don't want to because I can't afford it. I haven't got time. Blah 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 blah. The excuses come. Okay, even though we have never been so lucky and so at the forefront of creating something from nothing in the world. We can create a business from nothing by simply sacrificing a year of your time and become obsessed with one avenue, one thing, whether it's video, blogging, social media, whatever, email marketing. Become obsessed with that one thing and give it your full and undivided attention for 1 year, and you will become a success, or at the very least make some big strides towards making thousands and thousands a month. Yet people don't want to because I can't afford it. Oh, my pet is too loud. Oh, I've got to go and visit my family this weekend. Oh, Christmas is coming. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Guess what, guys? Christmas comes every year. Same time every year. It's not like it's a surprise. You know it's coming, yet people can't plan around it because they somehow manage to just have such a confusing lifestyle that they end up not being organized enough to know Christmas is coming, even though it comes same time every single year, right? And it baffles me that people use Christmas as an excuse to not build their business. It doesn't make sense to me at all, but there you go. So guys, if you're wondering what you have to do to overcome this, you have to just grow a pair of balls, okay? And become more disciplined. become self-aware and stop blaming everything else around you and take full accountability of what you're doing, why, where, and when. And when you choose something, it doesn't matter if it's video or blogging or drop shipping, whatever you want to do, okay? Whatever it is you choose to do, don't go in half-assed, don't go in half-heartedly. Go in with complete conviction that this is going to work, and regardless of what happens, you give it your full and undivided attention, and you give it at least a year of solid work before you give up, okay? Because otherwise, it doesn't matter what you do, when, where. If you try something for a week and then stop, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter what you do. You can be Michael Jordan. If you try for a week, it's not gonna work. Okay, you have to give it time, because the only thing that you can have is time, and time gives you time to implement, and implementation gives you experience. And if you have self-awareness and discipline and just the stubbornness to keep at it, then that compounding nature of all that compounds into success. One last thing is, guys, that you have to learn to fail, or love to fail, because for every single thing you do, you try, you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you fail, success. You try, you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you fail, success, right? And all these little successes, guess what they're built on? Guess what they're built on? They're literally built on failure, because you have to fail again and again and again. Success, cool, yes. Fail, fail, fail. Yes, my first ranking on Google, woohoo, right? That's how you succeed. If you're not willing to do that, then you've already failed. Get it? Because before you even start, you've set yourself up for failure. And that is why solopreneurs and wanapreneurs and affiliate marketers fail so miserably online, because they cannot get their head out their ass and remove themselves from the cloud of passive income, right? Because they want results immediately. They want results today. They want results tomorrow, because they're worrying about how to pay rent this month instead of worrying about how can I build my business up in the next year or two to ensure that it's evergreen, sustainable, and will keep growing, and I've got a real business on my hands. They don't think about that. They think about this month. And of course, that means they're going to fail. Okay, so guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any experience yourself with failure and feeling that drudgery of turning up every day and having 5 views or 10 views, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, guys, I'll see you inside my community. And if you have any questions, reach out, and I'll do what I can to help you out. Okay, cheers, guys.